March 24th. That'll be the date, remember, when All-Star Wrestling again returns to Madison Square Garden. Scheduled on the wrestling event, ladies and gentlemen, will be just about anyone who is indeed anything in professional wrestling, including the tag team combination assembled, I believe, for the first time. Ken Patera, Big Bob Duncombe. They'll join forces against the tag team combo of Pat Patterson and his partner, Andre the Giant. Notwithstanding as well the double main event that will take place on the 24th of March, Larry Zbyszko will lock up with Bruno Sammartino. Bob Backlund will defend the World Wrestling Federation title against Samoan number 2. Here with us now, ladies and gentlemen, and coming into view, the legend himself, Bruno Sammartino, who in Madison Square Garden will indeed meet Larry Zbyszko. And Bruno, you're counting the days, but so too is Larry Zbyszko. And here we have the immovable object to a certain extent as it relates to both you and Zbyszko. Both supremely confident in your own skills, as well you should. Zbyszko stating that he was not given a fair opportunity on television. To a certain extent, I can almost see that, whereby you broke the holds, although, as you said, you would break the holds before the match began. But Zbyszko wanted at that time, so he says at least, to prove that he's the better man, to escape from those holds. And I suspect when you clash with Larry Zbyszko in Madison Square Garden, you will not be releasing any holds.
That you can bet on, and Zbyszko can bet his life on it. And as far as getting back to this TV, not only did I say it in advance, but if he felt that I was trying to humiliate him by letting him go, what happens when he had me insert note? For example, the abdominal stretch, where he has defeated many, many opponents through his career. He applied it on me, Vince, and he put a lot of force behind it, but he wasn't able to make me submit because I threw him over. I got away from it. Several times I got away from it. He put a crab on me, which has made others submit to it, and he put on full pressure, but I got away from it. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about the guy that says he can escape anything and get me into anything, but when he did get me in certain holds, I escaped him. When I applied holds on him, I released him, and not to embarrass him, but because I had said so in the first place. But I will not be releasing this time. I don't know what holds I'm going to be putting on Larry Zbyszko, Vince, but whatever I do, he can bet one thing. He can bet his life on it, that I will not release. I'm going to be squeezing with every bit of strength that I have, because what I want out of Zbyszko to say, I give up, and even then I won't be satisfied until even the people way up in the bleachers by the roof, I want them to hear him loud and clear when he finally says, okay, I've been wrong. You are my teacher. You are my master. I quit. Please let me go and don't torture me no more.
The question is, however, will we hear that? And if we do, will we hear it from Larry Zbyszko, or will we hear it from Bruno Sammartino? Some fans feel strongly that Larry, being the younger athlete, that Larry, being perhaps a bit quicker, perhaps with more agility, as he says, will be the master of Bruno Sammartino. Although the vast majority of the fans certainly in sympathy with Bruno Sammartino, Larry does indeed have his following. So with that in mind, now let's bring on Larry Zbyszko, who has certainly turned his back on every wrestling fan in the country.
I haven't turned my back on anybody, but boy, I just can't believe it. I don't know whether to laugh. I don't know whether to cry. I don't know what to do. But you know what, Bruno? I do give up. I really do give up. He comes out and he'll brag, boy. Did you hear him brag? Bragging how he got out of the holds. I got out of the holds on television when Larry had me in them. Yeah, Bruno, you got out of the hold. What can I say? I don't know what to say. The man comes out and lies, and he doesn't quit. You're enough to make anybody give up. Quit lying, everybody. You got out of a couple of my holds, Bruno, but I gave you the chance, and I was like a man in there, and I put them on. Now, in Madison Square Garden, you be the man, Bruno. You had the decency to put the holds on and watch me break out of them and watch me embarrass you and watch me humiliate you. And then when I might pick up another chair, this time they're not going to carry you out. They're going to carry you right into the ambulance and take you over to the hospital. I'm not going to be humiliated by anybody. Not on TV, not in Madison Square Garden, not anywhere, by anybody.
Larry Zbyszko, ladies and gentlemen, as he prepares for the upcoming event to take place on March the 24th in Madison Square Garden. Undoubtedly, the entire wrestling world waiting for what could prove very well to be a classic confrontation, Zbyszko against Bruno Sammartino. Notwithstanding the possibility, don't think it can't happen, for one of the Samoans to be the World Wrestling Federation champion should he defeat Bob Backlund.